48 light-years from where you're sitting right now, a planet is breathing. Not metaphorically, not poetically. Astronomers just caught it losing gas into space, the unmistakable signature of an atmosphere clinging to a world that, until this year, was just a number in a database. Its name is LHS-14C, and it might be the closest thing we've ever found to a second Earth. Here's why scientists are losing their minds over a planet most people have never heard of. For 30 years, we've been hunting for exoplanets, worlds orbiting other stars. We've found over 6,000 of them. Gas giants bigger than Jupiter, frozen wastelands drifting in permanent darkness, scorched rocks orbiting so close to their stars they glow red-hot. It's been called astronomy's greatest treasure hunt, but almost none of these worlds checked every box we need for life. Rocky, right size, right temperature, and most importantly, an atmosphere. That last one is the hard part. An atmosphere isn't just weather, it's a shield. It blocks deadly radiation, traps heat, and creates the pressure needed for liquid water to exist on a surface, instead of instantly evaporating or freezing away into nothing. Without one, a planet is just a dead rock, no matter how perfectly it's placed around its star. We've caught glimpses before. Scientists have studied the puffy, gas-rich skies of massive worlds like 55 Cancri E. They've measured the scorching heat of tidally locked planets in the TRAPPIST-1 system. But every time researchers turn their instruments toward a small, rocky, Earth-sized planet, the kind we actually care about, the data came back silent. No atmosphere. Or worse, data too messy to be sure of anything at all. LHS-1140b changed that. The planet orbits a small, cool red dwarf star, sitting right inside what scientists call the habitable zone, the narrow band of distance from a star where a planet is neither an oven nor a freezer, where liquid water could exist rather than boiling off or freezing solid. It's about 1.7 times the size of Earth and nearly 6 times heavier, what astronomers call a super-Earth. It circles its star once every 25 days, far closer than Earth circles the Sun. But its star is so much dimmer and cooler that the temperature balance still works out. For years, researchers suspected this planet might be holding onto an atmosphere. They just couldn't prove it. Then a team at Harvard built something clever, a computer model that used everything we knew about the planet, its size, its density, its age, its gravity, to predict what its atmosphere should look like, and more importantly, what it should be leaking. Their answer? Helium, a light, restless gas that slips through a planet's gravitational grip and escapes into space, leaving a faint trail behind it, like smoke drifting from a chimney no one can see. So they pointed the world's most sensitive instruments at LHS-1140b, and they found exactly what the model predicted. Helium, escaping into space, proof of a real, functioning atmosphere, on a rocky planet, sitting inside a habitable zone, 48 light-years from Earth. This has never been confirmed before. Not once. LHS-1140b just became the first rocky, potentially habitable exoplanet ever caught holding onto real atmospheric gas. That doesn't mean there's life there. Nobody is claiming that. Not yet. What it means is something quieter, and in some ways more exciting. We now have direct proof that Earth-like planets, far beyond our own solar system, can hold on to the one thing life absolutely requires to even have a chance. For decades, this was theory. A hopeful guess built on models and simulations. Now it's real, it's measured, it's sitting in a peer-reviewed paper in the journal Science. And this might only be the beginning. The same research team has already secured telescope time to study LHS-1140b's near twin, a similar rocky planet orbiting a similarly small, cool star nearby. If the pattern holds there too, this isn't a one-off discovery. It could be the first thread of a pattern stretching across the galaxy, evidence that small, rocky worlds with real atmospheres might be far more common than we ever dared assume. 48 light-years sounds close, at least by cosmic standards, but it isn't. A radio signal sent from Earth today, traveling at the speed of light, wouldn't reach LHS-1140b for almost half a century. We can't visit it. We can't call it. All we can do is watch from a distance and listen for the faint chemical fingerprints drifting off a world that might be more like ours than anything we've ever found. There's something else worth sitting with here. Red dwarf stars like the one LHS-1140b orbits are the most common stars in the entire galaxy. Cooler, smaller, and far longer lived than stars like our Sun. For a long time, scientists debated whether planets around these stars could even keep an atmosphere at all. Red dwarfs are known for violent flares, blasting out radiation that many assumed would strip away any air a nearby planet tried to hold on to. If a planet like LHS 1140b can survive that bombardment and still keep its atmosphere intact, it rewrites the odds. It means the galaxy's most common star systems, the ones we once wrote off as too hostile, might actually be some of our best chances at finding a second home for life. Think about the sheer scale of that. Billions of red dwarf stars scattered across the Milky Way. If even a fraction of their planets behave like LHS 1140b, the number of potentially atmosphere-bearing worlds out there isn't small. It's staggering. And every one of them is a candidate for the next big question. Not just does it have an atmosphere, but what's inside that atmosphere? Oxygen, methane, water vapor, the kinds of chemical clues that one day could tip the scale from maybe habitable to this looks a lot like home. That's the direction this research is heading next, and it's exactly why scientists aren't just excited about this one planet. They're excited about what it represents. A proof of concept. A crack in the door that's been shut for 30 years of searching. Somewhere out there, right now, a planet is holding onto its air, spinning quietly around a star that isn't ours, keeping a secret we've only just begun to unlock. And we're only just starting to understand what that means. If you like this video, hit subscribe and follow for more space.